That was great.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the channel. I'm Cheryl, and this is True Crime and Other Stuff. Thanks for being here, where I like to bring you the facts about true crime, the missing, current events, or anything I find interesting or important. Today, I have a guest with me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Kayla, and I am here to figure out some true crime and other stuff.
All right. Today, we're going to talk about these two missing kids from Nova Scotia. I'll show a clip and then we should probably mute or something while we do it because sometimes there's background noise.
Oh, like when you run the video?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me figure this out. Okay. Okay, here it is.
Okay.
Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan. The siblings went missing last Friday morning when it's believed they strayed from their home in Lansdowne Station. CBC's Preston Mulligan joins us now live from the search area with the latest on the efforts. Preston.
Good evening, Tom. Well, as you said, yes, as we near the end of day 5 in the search for these two young children, sadly, there is still no good news report. The RCMP held a news conference a couple hours ago to give us an update. Basically, there's not much else to say other than the search for Lilly and her brother Jack continues here and around these woods and these deep woods in the Lansdowne area of just about 20 kilometers south of New Glasgow. Now, during that news conference, they did talk a bit about the resources they have in the air that are looking for these children. They talked about how the drones work. They have drones in the sky at night and at daytime. They have infrared sensors that are able to detect heat on the ground. But regardless of the number of drones, the search and rescue officials and the dogs that are combing through the woods, not to mention the helicopters that we hear constantly flying overhead, still no sign of the children. Hundreds of search and rescue personnel from all over the province are still here. Many of them have been combing through the woods here for about 5 days, taking time off from their jobs, their personal lives, and RCMP say they're getting exhausted.
Exhaustion and optimism, right? We want to bring these two children home to their parents. We've got people who've been here since day one, since the first time the call came in. So they're tired and they're optimistic. They have one job. This is all search and rescue does, is they try to bring people home safely. So they're trying to stay on focus. They're trying to stay on mission. They're sacrificing their personal lives. They're sacrificing a lot to be here to try to help this family out, to bring these two children home.
Now, RCMP Search and Rescue are still working under the assumption that the 4 and the 6-year-old wandered away from the home in Lansdowne, just south of New Glasgow, on Friday morning. Today, some of the family members walked me through into that wooded area directly adjacent to where they live, maybe 20-second walk from the home into the woods. And as you walk into the woods, there's a little, kind of a tree fort, a little lean-to, and that's where the kids would play. And the family around there say they find it very hard to believe that, given how thick the brush is on some of the steep banks around that area, and just the difficulty moving around if you sort of leave that trail, how difficult they find it to believe that they could have gone anywhere deeper than that into the woods.
No idea. I had no idea. I'm still searching every day. I'm waiting for information. I have to let them do a lot of a lot of their stuff with the aircrafts and everything else, and dogs and searchers. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be coordinated, and I can't just go running through the woods. I want to, but I just can't right now because the searchers are so far out.
And so, Tom, we're just about a kilometer away from where the command site was, and where that command site is, RCMP are leading that investigation, but they're on the search and rescue operation. Running in tandem and kind of parallel is kind of a missing persons investigation that the RCMP is involved in as well. And so, as those investigators glean new information based on interviews, maybe they'll find a piece of clothing from home and they'll bring it to the search and rescue site. Any new information, they'll bring it to the search and rescue site, and then they will modify their search and adapt their search and sort of fine tune their search based on what the investigators might find out. But in spite of all of this, after 5 days, still no sign of the two children that we've been told of. And we're told that the search will continue into the night again, as per usual, and again tomorrow morning if nothing's been found. Tom.
Yeah, difficult situation for sure. Thanks for that, Preston. The CBC's Preston Mulligan reporting live for us in Lansdowne Station.
So what do you think? Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
I can't
shit.
just go talking about I
Sorry.
can't just go running through the forest. I would.
Yeah. I would have done that right away.
I would have done that before I called the police.
Exactly.
I
I'd
don't
been
know.
like,
That's just me being a parent. I'd have
where
checked
are you?
everywhere. Right.
Right.
And for
Mhm.
day 5, I don't know if they're gonna find them alive.
I know, it's sad
5
to say.
days of not eating or drinking water.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
little.
Yeah, and they're tiny. They need to, yeah. My kids eat like 12 times a day. Like, not really, but I feel like they do, but
I know, they're always hungry.
yeah, so
So
that's
yeah,
interesting
this
and
is
sad.
Nova Scotia. Yeah, yeah. I got other news articles about it. I think I got an interview with the dad.
Wasn't that the dad too, though?
Well, I don't think he's the dad. I think he's the mom's boyfriend. They've been together
Whoa.
for 3 years. And listen, he has a baby with her, and that baby is not missing.
Weird. Yeah, I feel some type of way because I thought that was the dad.
No. Well, everybody keeps saying the stepdad, but I don't even think they're
Mm,
married. They just boyfriend girl.
right.
For 3 years, they've been living together.
People get jealous these days. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
That's why if I was ever to not have Keith, um, I would not be dating or trying any relationships with anybody else because who knows who doesn't like your kids or you or
Right.
I don't know. So yeah, that's a little fishy. We should probably watch that interview. What is it? The stepdad ish.
Yeah, I'm going to share another video. Hold on.
Okay, cool. Cause I'm just now learning this stuff because I didn't even hear it yet. I probably would have.
I just learned this last night.
Okay, see, yeah, because I probably would have seen it like on my Facebook or my something would have popped up or yeah. And they always point the fingers at the closest people first anyway, so I would say I'd point it at him first
Yeah.
of all. Um,
Sorry, I have to go to.
Talking about they wouldn't have wandered that far off their kids. They don't know how far they really went.
And there was a sliding glass door that they supposed to open and everything. Ain't that heavy for a little kid?
I don't know. Yeah, depending on the sliding glass door, because Bill's used to. My
Yeah, it
goodness.
was horrible, right?
I got it open, but yeah, as a
Okay,
kid, me.
here's this. It says stepfather of missing Nova Scotia children.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah,
But
I need to see this because.
okay, it's only like 3 minutes long.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
That works.
here we go. Is it sharing? It's not sharing.
No, I don't see anything.
Hold on.
Okay.
Kayla. Oh my God, Kayla.
What?
Was you talking or anything? I got kicked out and everything.
No, I was on mute.
Oh, so nothing was happening for like a few minutes?
Yeah, it was just me on mute.
Oh shit, I guess I can edit that out. Oh my gosh, I got kicked out and everything. I was trying to find it. Let me see if I could. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm not real good at all this. I'm learning. It's all right. Okay. Let's see.
In other news today, the search continues this morning for two missing children in rural Nova
Can you
Scotia.
hear it now?
Crews have been combing through the woods around Pictou County since Friday when police believe they wandered away from their home. Brett Ruskin is live in Halifax. He's picking up the story for us this morning. Where do things stand today, Brett, with the search efforts?
Good morning, Heather. Yeah, search efforts are continuing this morning for these two missing children here in Nova Scotia. So we have 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan. They went missing on Friday morning. Now, we heard from the children's stepfather recently. Here's what he had to say about this situation.
The last few days have been very stressful. I mean, ever since the Friday morning when we noticed that the children were gone. Immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there.
So again, this search began with family members and has now expanded to dozens of search and rescue volunteers. About 160 people were on the ground yesterday. There were dogs brought in to try to catch a scent of these two children. There were 8 drone units in the skies searching, as well as a couple of helicopters as well, each one of them equipped with infrared sensors and cameras looking for these children. Now, we heard from police talking about some of the challenging conditions and logistical issues that they are running into with this situation, with the kind of the situation on the ground. Here's what police had to say about this search.
With the wet weather, it makes things a little more complicated for our searchers. Given they're in the woods.
Now
wet,
it's raining and
slippery,
shit too. Oh my God.
great.
Oh, that's even worse. It probably got cold.
It's not the best, but they're still trudging through and they're still working hard at doing the job that they have to do.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Again, we know that 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan went missing on Friday morning. That is when this search began and when the family reported them missing. And again, the search has been ongoing since that time. Heather.
Brett, I'm sure people following the story closely, those who are close at hand in terms of proximity, what can people do if they're trying and hoping to help?
Yeah, folks might think that, hey, I live nearby, I can hop in the car and go and search through the woods. I can help out as well, but that's not necessarily what officials want. They say this is a very coordinated, very organized search. They know where each one of the crews are. They know the areas that have been searched already and the areas that they are now focusing on. So advising residents to not just drive out and try to help out with the search on their own in the woods. One thing that people can help with is searching their own properties, looking in ditches, culverts, sheds, or any other possible hiding area that these children may have used for shelter. That is how people can help. And again, we know that the temperature has dropped a little bit overnight, but we haven't seen below 0 temperatures. So again, these search efforts are continuing now, beginning their 4th day of searching. Heather.
Brett, that's important information. Thank you so very much.
Okay.
Brett will be keeping us right up to date on the ongoing search.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
All right. Yeah, and it got cold. Oh my goodness.
4 and 6-year-old. Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, and it's weird because 2 kids are missing at the same time. It's
But the other one ain't.
one kid. Yeah, the baby that the stepfather, they say,
Yeah.
the
Well, how old is that
boyfriend,
one?
like, uh, 13 months or 18 months, something like that. A
Okay.
year old.
Walking.
Well, that I guess the baby was in the same room with the parents,
Ah. Okay.
but okay, I don't know. It
I
just
don't
seems
know.
weird. I
Well,
don't know.
I don't know if it's gonna be a good outcome. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
There's hope.
So, yeah, there is, but oh gosh.
After 5 days and a 4-year-old
Mm-hmm.
and a 6-year-old, like they don't know
Yeah.
what to do though. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't know.
And I just want to say, if anybody lives in that area, check your property.
Yes,
And
yes.
if you know anything, contact the law enforcement. I don't know what they do in Canada, who the Mountie, or I don't know what their law enforcement is, but
Right. Yeah, definitely keep an eye out for these little babies.
yeah, they're in my prayers. I
Yeah,
just learned about
definitely.
this last night.
And it kind of hits me, even though my kids are a little older, but still, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, nobody wants to have to go through something like
I
that.
mean, could you imagine them at the age they are, your kids are?
I'd be flipping out.
Oh my goodness.
I'd be like, you, what? I'd be out in my car talking about nobody needs to get involved unless it's your property. I'm going in properties. I'm going up and down these streets. I'm going.
Here I got another clip that's like 3 minutes long.
Okay.
It's about the kids.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The search for 2 missing children in Nova Scotia has entered a 5th day.
It has been a few days, but that has not dampened the hopes of the GSAR teams and the police who are here to try and get these kids home.
It's not something that happens very often. And you just hoping and praying they find them as soon as they can.
Police believe 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan wandered away from their home in Lansdowne Station Friday morning. RCMP have been focusing on a 3.5-kilometer radius from where the children were last seen. The search zone is now being expanded. Up to 140 people at a time have been searching for the children with the help of police dogs and drones. CTV's Scott Hurst is joining us now with the latest on the search. What are you learning this morning, Scott?
Marcia, truly a heartbreaking situation in northern Nova Scotia as the search for these 2 young children continues. Now, the latest from RCMP in specific question to what is the exact latest on the ground we're hearing overnight, in addition to the continuous effort of ground teams, those 4 drones with infrared technology were deployed through the darkness. Now, right now, family members say they're doing everything they can to remain hopeful. The exhaustive search, as you mentioned, now in its 5th day, and it's believed they wandered away from their home in the rural area of Pictou County in Nova Scotia. That is northern Nova Scotia, northeast of Halifax. Now, 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan were reported missing around 10 a.m. on Friday, last seen in Lansdowne Station. As you mentioned, crews initially focused on a 3.5-kilometer radius of a wooded area over the weekend, and they're using ribbons to track the ground that's already been covered to ensure that they don't go back over those tracks and that could continue to search areas that haven't been searched, but then they expanded their footprint yesterday. A lot of people have searched on the ground, as we mentioned, helicopters and drones from above as well. And there are many agencies now involved in the search. Here's more from the mother as she desperately waits for any word of her 2 children.
I miss them. I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst.
In terms of the search, it has been challenging to cover the ground. It
I don't
is
know how
rough terrain,
believing that was
bush,
from her.
and there is fluctuating weather conditions. We're hearing lots of
And as a
reports of
parent, I'm not
rain and thick
expecting the
fog
worst.
at
I'm
times, so
hoping
that
for
is
the
hampering some of the
best.
search effort,
And I probably
particularly
wouldn't be
from the
put together
inland.
that
Given
well
the
after my
description
kids are
we
missing.
have of these
I
children,
know.
It isn't
I'd be
much, but
losing my
maybe it
mind.
could help. Lily is
Right.
described as having
So
short
I don't know how
legs,
much I
light
believe
brown
of
hair
that.
with
Wait,
bangs,
listen.
and she might be wearing a pink sweater, pink boots, and pink pants. Jack has short blondish hair and is wearing blue
This
dinosaur
is what
boots,
they
but
look like.
unfortunately, no other clothing description is available. Now, police believe they likely wandered away from their home, which is why at this point there is no Amber Alert, because there's nothing to suggest that they have been abducted. So that is the latest from the search for these two missing children, 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan, Marcia.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to hardly even talk. I'm just saying, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have been that put together. I'd have been like,
A
crying.
blubbering mess. No
Right.
snotty,
Everything.
all that. You wouldn't even want to look
My
at
kids
me.
been
I'd be.
gone 5 days already. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
I'd have been a mess.
Okay,
My eyes would have been
here's another
popping.
thing. I guess the everybody calls him the stepdad. The boyfriend and the mom are
Too,
separated now,
they're too chill for me. I'm sorry.
and they're like blaming the boyfriend. Her side is the mom's.
Ah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
what
I would
else?
too.
There was something else. Oh, the kids hadn't been to school like 2 or 3 days before they were reported missing.
That sounds really fishy.
Yeah, that's another red flag for me. Okay, so I got an update on Stephan Stearns with the Madeline
Alrighty.
Soto case. He's gonna go to trial, I think, in July. I got this clip that'll explain it.
Oh, okay,
All right.
let's watch it. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
We start in Osceola County tonight with some breaking news. The trial for Stephan Stearns was just pushed back to July. He is accused of killing and sexually abusing 13-year-old Maddie Soto. Thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm Luann Sereial.
And I'm John Brown. This case surrounds these sexual assault allegations. Fox 35's Randy Hildreth joins us live tonight from the Osceola County
That
Courthouse.
poor little girl.
Randy, Stearns was in court for a hearing that just wrapped up.
Yeah, good evening to
Yeah.
you both. As you just mentioned, we got that new information, and today is probably part of the reason that that trial is now pushed back to July in his sex crimes case, because the judge is still trying to hash out what evidence will be able to be used in that trial and what evidence won't be used in that trial. Both state
I think all evidence should be used in the trial.
Investigators got information from his phone.
Exactly.
Search
Isn't that what evidence is for?
Yes.
seizure of the defendant's cell phone. The state says investigators were right to take Stearns' phone and go through it. They argued detectives were concerned that Stearns was allegedly getting rid of evidence.
Which he was trying
I
to.
bet.
He was trying to.
destroy evidence already by factory resetting his phone.
Investigators say pictures
Yeah.
and videos were eventually found on Stearns' phone that allegedly showed he'd been abusing 13-year-old Maddie Soto
Poor little
for
girl.
years. But the defense says Stearns only originally gave consent to look at certain apps and argue law enforcement pushed boundaries, even calling on Stearns to testify.
And what was your understanding, if any, as to what they were going to do with it?
They were just going to check my Google Maps.
Oh my God, get away from that microphone.
And that was it. That was all I agreed to.
Were you shown, or did they have a warrant?
They did not.
He stood there and never said no. It's not the onus. The onus is not on Mr. Stearns to say no. The onus is on law enforcement to ask if they can continue.
His team hopes a judge will consider tossing this evidence from his sex
No,
crimes
it shows.
Uh-huh.
It
And the judge
shows
is
him
expected to
being
issue a
nasty
written
or
ruling about what evidence that
whatever
was
they
from
found.
Stearns' phone
Yeah.
can and can't be used in his sex crimes trial, now set for July. I'll send it back to you live tonight. Randy Hildreth, Fox 35 News.
No,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
They make my head hurt.
Prosecutors are
Oops.
digging into Brian Koberger's past.
Sorry. Yeah, I think all evidence
We
should be
start in
held
Osceola
against
County
him.
tonight with some breaking news. The
Right.
trial for
Sorry.
Stephan
You're
Stearns was
trying to
just
reset your phone.
to July. He
Right.
is accused of killing and
Oh my
sexually
God,
abusing
stop.
13-year-old Maddie Soto. Thanks for joining us
Stop.
here at 6. I'm Luann Sereial.
And I'm
I don't know. Yeah, I think he's shit out of luck.
They should use every evidence, even the ones that he tried to delete.
Mm-hmm.
You handed the phone over. It is now law enforcement's property.
Right.
Could have said no. Then they would have had to get a warrant. Then they would have had to, but they would have still got that phone.
Yeah. So, I was going to talk about Richard Allen and the Delphi case, but I decided not to because he's guilty, and if anybody thinks he's
Right.
not guilty, whatever. I believe the jury did a good job and listened to all the evidence, and that's their
He admitted
decision.
to it. It is what it is.
Yeah. So, and his
Somebody
voice
that's
sounds,
not guilty ain't gonna admit to something that crucial.
yeah, and his voice sounds just
Make it
like
make
the voice,
sense.
so
Exactly. Let's go down the hill. Like what?
yeah. It's like,
And
that's the
then your
same
gun bullet
voice.
is in between both girls. Like
Right. So,
guilty.
I'm sorry, he's guilty, and oh well,
It
if you
is what
think
it
he's
is.
innocent,
He could have been a
you're
nice person
mistaken.
all his life, and then all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
like people snap. I don't know why or what was his motive, but
Who knows? They could have made fun of him or whatever. Like he
kids are
probably
cruel,
tried to
but
hit
still.
on him. Yeah, he probably
Right.
tried to hit on him or something. They're like,
Like,
ew,
no,
old
thank you,
man,
sir.
old man, or
Okay.
something. I don't know.
But he's guilty. It is what it is. Whoever thinks he's not, they can think that. We're all entitled to our own opinion, and it is what it is.
Oh, okay. Here's the one thing I wanted to look at. It's a few minutes long, but um, bodies stacking up in New England. Is there a serial killer in New England?
What?
Yes, let's take a look at
Well,
the
I know I'm not going there.
right. Let's take a
Remind
look
me
at
not
it.
to go there.
We have been
Okay.
closely following from the
Right?
Northeast as rumors and theories about an alleged serial killer in New England continue to swirl online. Well, I'll tell you what, I had a chance to sit down with a former FBI profiler and serial killer expert, Candace DeLong, to get her take on the investigation. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Right now, at least 11 people have been found dead in the New England area over the past several months. That's according to reporting from Boston.com, although, of course, there are questions
That's
about whether they're all
crazy.
connected and whether
11?
that number should be
That's a
the
lot.
number
Yeah.
that it is. But
Yes.
there are serious questions right now about could there be a serial killer
Sounds
stalk the
like it to
states like
me.
Rhode Island, Connecticut,
More than
Massachusetts?
5, I believe.
These
Yeah.
questions
Yeah.
and these rumors and these theories are starting to ramp up. And it seems the more police departments try to debunk the serial killer theory, some online sleuths are latching
You never
on to
know.
the only plausible explanation. Police and prosecutors in multiple jurisdictions say there's no evidence that there's any connections between any of the cases. In
Come
fact,
on.
several
11?
sets of remains
Jeez.
have not yet been identified, and it's unclear if there was any foul play at all in all
What?
these deaths. Other investigations have turned up answers that point away from a serial killer. For example, police in Groton, Connecticut say they solved the murder of a woman dismembered and stuffed into a suitcase.
Oh my
52-year-old
gosh.
Suzanne Wormser's remains
Let
were
me guess,
found on
she
March
did it to
19th near a
herself.
cemetery. Investigators say they were able to connect the death back to a man named Donald Kofel,
Oh,
who'd
okay.
been living with Wormser. He reportedly told police that he killed her over $200 worth of missing
Oh
crack
my God.
cocaine. Facing
200.
charges of murder, tampering with evidence, improper disposal of a body.
Oh Lord.
Some of the most recent cases
He looks
have
like
been
he's on his
uncovered in just the
deathbed,
last few
anyways.
days.
Oh my
April
goodness.
22nd, a woman was found dead near a Springfield, Massachusetts bike path. Police
See, the only
identified her
connection
as
I can see is they're all
45-year-old
women.
Megan Meredith. While her
Well,
death is
yeah.
being investigated as a homicide, police say they believe this is an isolated incident. A woman
But
whose
some
remains
of
were
them
found along the
probably
banks of the
are.
Connecticut River in
Yeah.
Rocky Hill, Connecticut, April 27th.
I mean, stuff
Identified
happens all over all the time.
52-year-old
Right.
Mary Polisanto.
So I don't know if
Police
it
say
could
this
be a
was after
serial
death.
killer, but that is a lot of
Ms. Lee told
people
the Stanford
within.
Advocate that a boater
A
had
couple
notified
months.
officials about the
Right.
discovery
But
Yeah.
you got to
and then
think, have
spotted her
South Bend,
remains
there's
near
so
the
many
tow line.
killings
Now,
and
we've
Yeah.
done
That's
a couple
crazy.
of episodes
That's true.
on this topic, doing deep dives into how it's
Everywhere.
been discovered over the last few months. You can check them all out on
Yeah, but that's
longtimes.com.
interesting,
But the
huh?
number of ongoing
Yeah.
investigations and maybe lack of answers, it is
let me
pushing
see.
people toward videos and social media groups that are dedicated to a so-called New England serial killer. Some
What?
of the Facebook discussion boards have thousands of members.
That's
And while
crazy.
focusing a lot of attention on these cases could lead
I'm
to
gonna
credible
skip
tips.
ahead.
It was until
Okay.
they did
That's
more
fine.
investigations. So I think the internet rumors are fun, but
Fun?
they're
What?
a little too early.
Fun?
Hey, so I know you all might be true crime fans, but are you also in business?
What
If
the?
so,
Oh
what
my
No.
makes
god.
Function
She could have picked a
Oh my
different
god.
word. She could have picked a different
Yeah.
word. Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girl,
Yeah.
bye.
Right. She's weird
The
anyways.
internet rumors are fun. No. No, what? You could have picked a totally different word, dude.
But in a way, that serial killer thing, or all those people in a short amount of time, kind of
Yeah.
reminds me. Okay, I was watching this show, and it was talking about Lacey Peterson. You remember Lacey Peterson, the
Yeah, the
pregnant?
one that killed her daughter.
No,
Oh no, that
Lacey.
got killed by her husband and she's
Yeah,
pregnant.
she was
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
pregnant
yeah, yeah.
8 months. Okay, so a year before that, another young woman went missing. She was 8 months pregnant, and she had a little 4-year-old or something,
Mhm.
and not a lot of attention was on that because she was, like, Latino or whatever.
I
So
remember that.
so a year before that happened, I think he got the idea from that to make it look like
Right.
that there was maybe a serial killer going after pregnant women or
Women,
something.
right. Oh, he could,
So,
yeah.
ain't that weird? So
Yeah.
maybe this has something to do with something like that too. Like some people
It's
are, "Oh, well, there's some bodies being found. Let's let's get rid of this." I don't know.
right.
I'm just always suspicious. That's the way I am.
Yeah. I know my husband's always like, you got to be aware of your surroundings. Like, look up away from your phone, like when you're in
Yeah,
public. I'm like,
definitely.
he's like, you never know who's following you or looking at you. Or I'm like, oh my God, stop that. Now I have to look around. I'm like, because I have lists on my phone and I'll be looking at my phone to get my stuff I need on my list, but I'm not looking at other people. I'm worried about what I'm doing.
Right. Well, I'm always looking around because I've been into true crime since I was like 13.
So now
So,
now every time I drive somewhere, I'm looking behind me like, why is this car following me for so long? Like,
yeah.
they did every turn I did. Like when I went to Dollar General, I was like, why is this car following
Are they
me?
following me?
And
Yeah.
they ended up going to Dollar General too. And then after that, we went home, and I was like, oh, okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, I get nervous about that stuff because I don't want to drive home. I'd rather go to the police station if I know for a fact they're following me.
Right? Exactly. I hear you. All right. Well, that's all I have today. And
Alrighty.
next time we're going to be talking about Brian Kohlberger.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't wait till that trial comes out. I want to hear all the evidence. I'm very interested.
Oh yeah. Ready
I'm
for
not
that.
decided yet. A lot of people think he's innocent. I think most of the evidence is pointing towards him, but I
And that's
like,
with the Idaho, right?
yep, Idaho 4.
I feel like they're gonna try to blame it on his disability
Oh no.
or try to.
I don't think he
I
has
don't
a
know.
disability. I think he's a
I know they're throwing it
psychopath.
in there like he yeah, but I feel like they're gonna try to use that to their advantage. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Right. But yeah, I'm ready to look more into that too. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So read up on it. I got some videos if you'd like to watch them.
Okay.
And I will play this outro song and then we'll be done.
All right. Peace.
Peace. Have a good one. Okay.
Losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. Yeah, there's There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue. I feel like I'm
All right, everybody have a good day. Peace.
Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
Hey bros, what's going on? This is Cotton Mama. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Because subscribing makes you feel good.
Is everybody in the world blind?